What's up guys, Chinzo here. Today we are back in the garage, getting ready for the next camping adventure, and I wanted to give you guys a closer look at this new storage box that I just picked up at the hardware store. This box is not only budget friendly and mobile, but it's also modular. So if you're familiar with the channel, you know that I recently reviewed my mobile camp kitchen box, and that setup has been an absolute game changer for me at the campsite. I liked it so much, in fact, that I took several of the key elements from that setup and I incorporated them into this new storage box that I'll be using to hold the rest of my camping gear. This is the Craftsman Versastack. In this video, we'll have a closer look at its features. I'll show you how I load it up, and then we'll head to the campsite and I'll show you how it performs at camp. So let's take a closer look. So I picked up the Versastack at Lowe's. It usually retails for 90 bucks, but I was able to get it on sale for $80. As far as features go, this one checks all of the boxes. It's got wheels on one end and a retractable handle, so it is mobile. This is a 30-gallon container, so it's got plenty of room for all of my camping gear. It is also IP54 rated, which means that it is resistant to water and dust. There is a gasket under the lid, so it should keep all the rain, dirt, and dust off of my camping gear. It's got these metal latches that give you access to the main compartments. And one feature that I thought was interesting is this extra red latch that gives you quick access to the main compartment without having to deploy these main latches. And if you load your gear strategically, this lid can give you quicker access to more of your frequently used items. This bin does seem to be built quite sturdy. It is not thin or flimsy at all, and it is quite an upgrade from the old basic bin that I was using before. On top of that, this system is modular. Craftsman offers several compatible boxes in a variety of shapes and sizes, so you can customize this and fine-tune it to fit your specific needs. So with both latches engaged, this box is now locked in. There are additional latches on this end of the box, but if you were to utilize those, you'd lose access to this additional lid. So I probably won't be stacking anything on this side of the box. And additionally, this bin also does have its own latches, so you can continue to stack boxes if you choose to do so. So I'm going to show you what I keep inside this main bin. But first I want to show you the bin that I was using previously, so you can see why I chose the features that I did and why this is such an upgrade from the regular old bin that I've been using for the past several years. Before I get into this, I want to show you guys what I was previously using. I've been using this bin for probably the past 4 or 5 years, and you can probably see why I decided to switch storage containers. This one is a regular old bin. It has a lid and a couple of latches on the side. No seal whatsoever, so it does present an opportunity for sand and dirt and dust to make its way onto my gear. All right, so now for the fun part, let's go ahead and take a closer look at what I keep inside here. All right, so let's pop it open. At first glance, it doesn't seem to be very organized, but I will say that I keep most of my frequently used gear on that side and my less used gear on this side. So on this side, I've got my camera tripod. I've got my camp chair. This is where I keep my torch. And I keep a bottle of propane nearby. I also keep my hatchet right in here. I've got a mallet ready to grab. And then of course I keep my string lights right there as well. I've got a bottle of butane ready to grab and go. And then down here I've got a rack for my barbecue pit. I don't use this very often, but if I'm not making a foil pouch, I like to throw my veggies on there so they don't slip between the grates. So that is pretty much everything that I keep on the right side of the bin, ready to be easily accessed by that quick access lid. Everything that's on this side is stuff that I use less frequently. And I will mention that since I separated my cooking gear from my regular camping gear, it's made organizing this sort of thing a lot easier. Once again, if you haven't checked out that video of my mobile camp kitchen, I definitely recommend going and having a look because I believe these two systems work really well together in tandem. On the left side of this box, I've got a collapsible camp sink. I've got my bigger coffee maker. I've got additional propane, extra butane, an infrared thermometer with a laser, spare set of gloves, collapsible camp saw, I've got some additional dry bags. And down here I've got a foldable camp shovel. I do use this quite a bit, but whenever I go to the beach, I take a full-size shovel. So this is just a backup. And then in here I just got some backup cooking utensils, extra tie downs, and a bunch of zip ties. Let's go ahead and close it up and I'll show you guys what I keep inside that additional storage bin. So in this medium-sized organizer, I've got all of these smaller items that might otherwise get lost or buried if they were mixed in with my larger camping gear. This organizer does come with 10 bins that you can move around, remove, and reconfigure to fit your specific needs. In my case, I removed 2 of these boxes up front to make room for my medium and light duty steaks. I've also got a bottle opener in here. In this next compartment, I've got a bunch of figure 9 rope tighteners from Night Eyes. These really come in handy at camp whenever you're staking down tents or awnings or tarps. So having that right there is perfect, and I do keep it in this little pocket shower bag just to keep it from rattling around. This side compartment is perfect for fitting a Swiss Army knife and a small flashlight. In the next row, I've got fire starters. It's really nice to have those just ready to grab on the go. And of course, got to have a couple of fixed blades. In the next bin, I've got my sharpening stone for my axe and my hatchet. Good to have that handy. And then right here, I just keep an extra dry bag for when I'm at the beach or the river or anywhere where I might need a little bit of dry storage. And that's pretty much it. I do like that this is configurable and you can move this around. And if you wanted to, you could just make this one big open compartment, but you would have to deal with a little bit of rattling and a bit of noise in there. So I like the system set up this way. It might change in the future, but for now, I think this is going to work out just fine. As far as size goes, I think this is definitely as big as I want to go. I do have the potential to add on more boxes with the Versastack latching system here, but I do want to keep the weight low, not only on the overall box, but I want to keep the weight low on the lid. Don't want to put too much stress on it, and I do want to be able to access that lid without having to take this box off. So far I really like this system. If you guys want to see this thing in action, we'll go ahead and flash forward to this weekend's camping trip, and we'll see how it does at the campsite. Let's do it.
Nah, it's locked. I'll leave a hole in you. Nice little shank, right? Yeah.
So she did her job all weekend. Now I'm just gonna give her a good bath. Makes cleanup a lot easier. And there we go. Everything is nice and dry. Look at that. Not a drop. All right, that should do it. Epic trip. This thing got the job done and kept my gear nice, dry, and sand free. I dig it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy camping, cooking, and gear reviews, feel free to stick around and subscribe. As always, stay stoked, and I'll see you in the next one.